Simon & Schuster AudioWorks presents Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I was thinking about something, and I gave up on it. I got self-conscious about it, and I was like,
that doesn't help.
I'm just not gonna do that. Thought it was funny. I think it was funny, but then I was like, not gonna say it. You know, I'll just write it down in my little notes, and no, don't. And I didn't even write this one down. I got so much stuff in my notes. Something
We'll
else.
go through your notes, I guess.
You want me?
I haven't fucking got anything. May as well.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
All right.
Backside rooms, back cracks between, back cracks, because it's like asses.
Like ass cracks.
Yeah, as an ass crack, but it's backside cracks,
Sure.
What
else?
I was talking. This was when I was. This is definitely when I was playing. I don't even remember what I was playing now. Irrational anger at shopkeepers in video games that make fun of you if you don't buy anything.
That's very specific.
It always pisses me off. Like it doesn't matter how many times.
You get irrationally angry at fictional shopkeepers.
Yes, when they and it's also the worst time when they you bought something and you just you did it and then you come back like a second later because you just wanted to see I forgot to check if they have this thing, and then they get angry again. They go like, oh yeah, spend something next time, but you already you already gave them like a couple of thousands,
So I'm guessing you're saying if you were developing a game, you would add a thing that made it so that that comment they can make is maybe on like a timer or something instead after you buy something
or something like that
because you're so insecure about it.
Yes, definitely. Or just
that's fucked up, man.
Not do it at all, Just don't make a comment, Just
it adds character.
I'm the customer here, and customers always
Have you ever
right.
thought that maybe you should maybe seek counseling about it if it affects you so much?
No.
Maybe you should.
No. I put erectile function as one note that just says that.
You don't want to. You want to move on from it. Does it affect you that much? You want to move on so quickly from the shopkeepers?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it makes me mad.
It's like actually are you getting mad now?
You're like a shopkeeper in a video game.
You're
right now.
imagining me as a shopkeeper.
Yeah.
You want to kill me?
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
That's not good.
Yes. You said it. I want to kill you. I didn't say anything.
I feel like that was the implication.
I talk about how this person asked me about how you shit yourself in the previous episode. That's another note that I did make to remember.
Well, we already addressed that one last time, so that's fine.
That's good.
No need to rehash that.
No matter how hard I try, I can never pronounce incest. I always say incest instead.
Okay, what instead of incense?
Incense, yes.
Even though you did say it correct first.
Did
you
I
actually
say it?
did say it
Okay,
100% correct and then said it wrong because I think you realized the joke doesn't work if you don't say it wrong.
I don't know. I
place.
thought it did sound right this time, but I feel
you
like
said
I just say it wrong.
incense and then you said incest and it confused me because I was like, well, what word is he trying to say incorrectly?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I thought it was just
Incense.
saying it wrong on the same, but if I'm saying it right, then that's fine.
No, you said it right. Incense.
I was just self-conscious about that, I think.
What I'm getting from your notes, Hep, is that you have a lot of self-conscious moments.
Yeah.
About things, which is fair. I'm not.
I think
I'm not judging.
this is a stolen joke from what I remember, I think.
Okay, well, that's a good start.
Our artists compete on whose design is going to be classified as in terms of like quality, like common, uncommon, rare, and legendary, in terms of like skins and stuff.
Sure.
That would be interesting. Like,
how would you feel?
How would you
it's
feel
more like
if your manager was like, well, that's just going to be like a common, or whatever.
I don't think that's how it works.
Well, but I feel like that would make it in general better. I feel like artists then would produce better work, you know?
Yeah, but you can't
Like
have a
as a
scenario.
form
You
of
don't
incentive.
because there's a thought process behind it. Because you can't have if you have all of the artists trying to make the super legendary skins, then they can't all be legendary skins. So people
Yeah.
are going to end up with legendary quality skins in the common category. And at that point, people are going to go, well, why would I buy the legendary skin? This common one is awesome. So
Yeah,
they have
but
to
then
be like, can you design us a common skin? It shouldn't look any different from basically just Jonesy in Fortnite.
because then
and
there's
then they go,
that's
sure thing. They spend 10 minutes editing
good.
Jonesy.
that's good then. Then, you know, they gotta try harder, you know? Because then the real legendary ones are really, really good, you know? They have like animation, they have additional like maybe even mechanics or reactive stuff on the skin or something like that.
necessarily get to dictate especially if we're going to go into Fortnite as well. Because they'll do fan vote skin contests where the designers will just make like a big page of different designs and stuff. And fans will get to vote like, put this one in the game, put this one in. This one looks cool, we want this one. But 9 times out of 10, when they come to actually model it, it doesn't look as good. Because they have to make a lot of discrepancies to make it fit the engine and the bones and stuff, you know?
Yeah. A viewer
yeah.
suggests a movie or a game that only exists in their head. You have to, and we have to cover it. Basically,
I'd be able to do that.
Yeah, you think so?
Yep.
All right then.
I just speak with enough confidence that I'm changing the version that exists in their head when I talk about scenes.
Could people listening to this, could they suggest us some movies and video games that only exist in their heads, and then we can cover them, please?
Yeah, I mean, they could do it. Yeah, go for it. I agree.
Okay. Chuddy and Wokey, that was like a while ago, I think.
You just wrote Chuddy and Wokey?
Yes, I did. I did write
right.
Chuddy and Wokey.
You were on your phone and you were like, I gotta write this down.
Yeah.
I cannot forget Chuddy and Wokey.
Yeah.
Are they characters? What are they? Are they brothers?
I don't know. It was like, I think it was a joke that we were talking about at one point where it's a show. It's like an animated show like Stimpy and whatever. You know, it's like a Chuddy and Wokey. Chuddy and Wokey, and it's like I think we made it so it's like slightly right, you know, where it's like always, you know, Chuddy always wins in the end, you know, somehow.
Let's go. Give me one more notes app note, and then we're gonna extend it, even if it sucks. We're gonna try our best to keep it running until I deign to do the intro.
Okay, Ben working on a racist impression.
Okay.
He says it's the best. He's doing it privately, but you're only doing it privately. I'm the only one that heard it, and I'm culpable in your impression because it only exists in like the thing, like, you know.
You're culpable. You're saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes you culpable.
Yeah.
I think it makes you culpable if you go, "Hey, that was pretty good."
And now saying it, putting it out there, makes it the worst, you know, in a way, because you.
So is this a note of something that has happened in reality that you've noticed, or is this supposed to be like a gag? I don't understand.
I don't know what it's supposed to be. I'm just saying.
Now I'm concerned that you. I said one more, and now you opted to read the absolute worst thing I think you could possibly read.
I know. Because these aren't my complete. These are notes on my new phone. I didn't copy my old notes.
Okay. Well, this is unfortunate.
Well, I guess now you gotta extend that. If you were practicing a racist impression,
I haven't been. I don't think I've been.
Okay, then I guess it didn't
I guess it's hard. I guess it's sort of hard for me to tell, seeing as like I'm a white guy, so I can't really.
Okay.
I'm not really the authority on it. If any impression I do is racist, but I don't think I've been doing any racist impressions.
We can change it. I can get Uber Goober was a thing that I mentioned. Ride sharing service where a driver is very silly. A ride in a show. That's what the thing says.
Uber.
Yeah.
You know what? I might want to go back to the racist one.
Yeah. Okay.
Uber Goober kind of is like. What do you mean they're silly? Like, how are they silly?
They're like doing little bits, you know? Maybe they're like.
I feel like half of the Uber
something.
drivers kind of do that anyway in some places.
But it's like you can pick it, so you got Uber XL.
You're saying it's like an
Uber,
option on Uber.
Black,
is the Goober option.
It could be the Uber Goober option.
And it's where the Uber is also like a
silly
comedian,
guy,
like a clown, a fool.
You don't know what it could be. Maybe you know. It's like sometimes you give someone a chance. You go to like a comedy show that's like you don't know this person. You see, maybe it'll be good. You know.
Maybe.
And that's that, but you also get a ride somewhere.
And also you get a lift.
Yeah, you get a lift somewhere, you know.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. I see the vision. Well, I don't have a racist accent impression that I can do.
Okay.
I guess I physically could, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
I don't want to pretend and be like I can't even possibly imagine what that would sound like, because that's disingenuous. But I don't want to do it, so I won't do it. What I do want to do is say, this is Dead Ensigns, the podcast. I'm Ben, this is Max.
Yeah, that's me.
This is Max. Golly, what a week.
Yeah.
My brain's not doing too well today. It was very hot throughout the week, as we talked about last time.
Yeah.
And now my brain is, just kind of generally, I've been busy. I don't know. How about you? You went on a trip.
I went on a trip, went to Scotland, because we were talking about Highlander so much. I was like, I gotta go see it, you know? And I didn't really go to the Highlands. I was in Edinburgh, so it didn't.
Did you do your best Sean Connery impression while you were up there?
No,
Were you like, hello there.
I would never. I would never do that.
Hello, I'm Sean Connery.
I'm not a good voice guy, you know?
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, so...
The point is the confidence, you know?
No.
I mean, have you heard half the voice acting in fucking cartoons and anime and stuff these days?
Yes.
Sucks.
Why? Is it bad? Okay. It's fine. I would imagine does
you know
its
what
purpose.
What I found. And this is gonna be inflammatory. What I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Who gives a fuck? It's pretty much mostly the American side, I think.
Ooh. Okay. Like it's not very good. Like American voice actors specifically.
I think I'm coming to the conclusion that I think European voice acting just is better. I think we there's just something that Americans have when they try and do voices.
Yeah.
That kills it, I think. They just don't do a good job. Kills it in a bad way.
Okay. That's an interesting opinion to have. Is it why do you think that? Why like what is it inherently in the American accent?
It's just the accent, I think. I think it's just the accent.
What if they're doing a different accent? Is it also
they try
bad?
a little too hard.
Oh, what if they just are doing like an American accent? Is that bad too? Like
that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying they're bad at accents. I'm saying the acting is like
okay,
not great.
I guess maybe
not all the time. Sometimes here's the thing. What I'm feeling like, what I feel like, 7 out of 10 times American voice acting, it kind of sucks. 7 out of 10 times British voice acting is great.
Okay,
you know, it's like the inverse.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
How do you feel about it?
I'm neutral about voice actors. I don't know. Like it's I hope they.
This is why so many there are so, and they keep talking about it. There's so many British actors in America.
That's true. Yes,
because we're exporting them because we do better at it over here.
Yeah, because we saw like what they do in like Barry. You know, they go like, oh, this is some guy that's like he's gonna coach you on how to act, and he's like, well, he's a bad actor too.
Some schmuck. They all move to LA and they all get taught the same bad ideas.
Yeah.
Anyway,
in the UK, you go to drama school instead. You know, a school for drama.
In the UK, you learn on the estate.
Yeah, and also on the
in the council estates.
yes.
You learn how to act.
Uh-huh.
You gotta learn how to act to get by in the council estates.
Yeah.
And if you can't, you're done. You gotta be a right proper Stephen Graham
Yeah.
if you want to get out of the council estates. You gotta be. You
But
gotta be a right Josh O'Connor.
Mm-hmm. Do you
You
have
gotta
to
be.
do you have
Do
to
you have to
be
what?
do you think it's because there's like so much variety from like in the entire country in terms of like accents and like colloquialisms? Like,
Yes, and this is
that's
something
true.
that comes up a lot every now and then online. Americans don't like to address how homogenous their entire continent is. You know?
Yeah, yes, we're like, I don't know, the UK is the size of like Florida, so you know, it's surprising how
We've got a lot of dialects crammed
Yeah,
into
yeah.
just our island. Not even
Yes.
talking about continental Europe.
yeah, exactly, like, you know, you got Wales, you got Scottish, you know, you got like Mancunians, you also have those, you know, you have like
West
the London
Country.
accent, yeah,
Cornwall
Cornwall,
sounds different.
yeah, you have like the guy from Hot Fuzz, the farmer, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
they make jokes where they don't understand him, you know, and it's like it's just so rich, you know.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in America, it's kind of like just sort of a gradient from east to west, you know,
Okay.
and north to south. It's like variation on those 2 points. And that's
Okay.
it. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of pretending that it's not. I don't know why I'm being so inflammatory.
It's very
today.
yeah.
I
feel
love
like, no,
everybody.
you're
I love
attacking
everybody.
American voice actors and just Americans in general. It seems
I
to
love
be just
everybody.
taking shots. Like
I love life. I love people.
you're mad because you're just so hot. You know.
No, it's been okay the last couple. I'm mad for
Then
different
what's
reasons.
going
that I
on?
don't. I'm mad for different reasons. I don't need to go into
Oh
the
yeah,
podcast.
of course. Well,
But I mean, that's you know what? I apologize. I'd like to make a formal apology right now.
yeah.
I was playing Final Fantasy 14, and there's so
no.
much good voice acting in the game.
Okay.
Whenever it's like a British voice,
Oh,
they get a lot of like
so-
good British actors to voice characters in their game,
So
right?
this
and
is
then,
where this is
especially
coming
in
from.
Dawn Trail, because a lot of it is set in an America's style, South and North America continents, right?
Yes.
Sometimes they'll have a character come up and they'll start talking to you, and all of a sudden you're like, oh god, it's like a VTuber or something. Oh, they've hired a VTuber to voice a character in the game. Oh no.
These,
And you just start to go take me back to Charlian, man.
yeah.
I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in Solution 9 talking to all of the American characters, because they're just not hitting it for me. You know, not all of the American voices. There are some good ones, but some of them, you know.
These poor
You
people.
don't know because you haven't played.
I don't know. I can't even comment
I'm
on it.
allowed to
Maybe-
have
maybe-
opinions on things. I'm allowed to have
no,
an opinion on something.
You're allowed to do any.
I'm entitled.
yes.
I'm entitled
you're
to my opinion.
No,
I'm
you're
entitled to
entitled
my
to your
opinion. I'm allowed
opinion.
to say the Backrooms sucked
But you know,
and
you're
that
not.
20-year-old should never work again. I don't believe that. I'm just kidding. We'll talk about that in a bit.
You know, but also the consequences can be great. You know, of
Yeah, I
your
guess.
opinions. You know, that
I
you
love
hold.
everybody. I already said I apologize.
I think couple
love
of
everybody.
I think
I love-
couple of
I love-
episodes you talked about how people don't do enough drama and they should like stand for what they say. I think there was there was one point where you were like,
Yeah, probably.
Everything-
I've been over this. I forget everything. I'm reading a comment that was left on a recent video right now.
Yes.
Actually,
can you acknowledge the comment?
yes, because
Thank you, commenters.
they have
for leaving
finally
comments.
caught up. Thank you, commenter Christmas 95.
Yeah,
We hope you've been enjoying the show. Our
I
hats
wonder-
off to you.
I wonder what happened on the Christmas of '95.
A birth. I guess.
I guess. Yeah.
Drama deficit is real for sure. Definitely an interesting concept. Thank you. I
Yeah.
should have read this beforehand, but it only occurred
Yeah,
to me
true.
to open up the YouTube as we started recording.
Yeah.
So, But anyway,
Maybe give us some ideas to cover because there's no Star Trek.
if you want, it's fine. Yeah, go for it. Well, actually, there is Star Trek coming up. Remember,
Oh my
Strange New World
God.
starts shortly. Strange New
So
World is not
I guess
far
you have
off.
like 2
What was
weeks.
Strange New
I
Worlds
guess.
again? Strange New Worlds. When was this new season of this?
Is it this month or
fucking
next
shit?
month? That's the thing.
How can July 23rd? So it's going to
Okay.
be the end of July. So we've still got like a month and a bit, basically.
Well,
Until then. Max, I've been
Until then.
playing a game called Mina the Hollower. It came out last week. It's by Yacht Club, developers of Shovel Knight.
oh, it's the little top-down like mice, your little
It's
mouse,
a Game
right?
Boy style.
Yeah. How's that been?
It's Bloodborne-y, Zelda-y, like 2D
Going.
Zelda-y.
Yeah.
You know, Link to the Past, kind of Minish Cap sort of thing. It pisses me off a lot. I felt like after, it might just be the mood that I've been in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But I thought that I had grown because I had played through the Souls series. I played
Yeah.
through Bloodborne. I played through Elden Ring. I didn't finish the DLC because it got really tiring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't so much that I was getting annoyed by the bosses, but I was just like, I would walk into a room and a guy would appear, and I was just like, I can't be fighting right now,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
I really can't be fighting right now. I just want to go walk around.
have I finished any? I think I finished
how would I know?
Bloodborne, I think. But
Bloodborne's a good ass game.
yeah, I don't think I finished
But I
Elden
thought I was
Ring.
over it. Mina the Hollow has proven otherwise. I was getting so annoyed. I was getting annoyed at this game.
Yeah.
I don't.
In terms
I
of
don't,
difficult, is it too difficult or is it what's going on?
It's not.
Is it
I'm not. There's something about. I haven't quite pinned it down, but for
'Cause-
me, there's something, and I think it might just be because it's a 2D space, so it's like not quite clicking in my brain properly. But
Yeah.
there's something about the way it all controls and feels that is just making me feel annoyed more than anything else.
Yeah, because what's the
Like
gimmick in
I'm
this game?
whipping in the
As
wrong
like
direction. So instead of having like a dodge roll, you like burrow underground.
okay.
But in order to burrow underground, what you have to do is jump, hold in the jump button, and then she goes underground for like a second, and then
Yeah.
she pops back out. And then you have to jump again to go underground. And there's just something that feels a little bit unsatisfying about it all to me. The Estus is more annoying to use, the Estus equivalent, the
Yeah.
healing. It's like in Dark Souls games, you just drink, you just press a button, it goes, use a little animation, go glug, glug, glug. In this game, you need to have built up recoverable health by hitting enemies and stuff,
Yeah, like Bloodborne.
or having little pickups, and
Kind of.
then you use it. But that animation for using it feels really long, so you're really vulnerable while you do it.
Okay.
So it doesn't really feel like it wants you to be healing very often.
Yeah, so it's
which
like
doesn't feel
rather
great.
than during combat, it's like between combats healing. Okay. well,
The amount of time you're underground for when you dig feels just too short for me at its base. I think there's trinkets you can equip that extend
Yeah.
it. I haven't gotten to them yet, but they're just too. It feels like just too short amount of time that I'm always like popping up back into danger like immediately afterwards when I want to try and avoid danger. But all of that to say, it is a good game. It is a cool game. Music
From
is
what
great.
I've
Design is
seen,
great.
it
Gameplay
looks
is very fun.
fun.
Even if it's not quite clicking with me. Bosses are interesting. The world is very strange and interesting. It's a good game. It's just I'm still when I played some more yesterday, it had clicked with me better. It was starting to get me a bit more, or I was starting to get it a bit more. But then every now and then there'll just be something where I'm like, I really hate interacting with this at the moment. It's just
Yeah.
pissing me off.
Maybe that's could be a good point. The thing with like you're not that far into it, right? like
I've
into
done the
game?
first. Yeah, I did like the first dungeon, and then I explored a bit towards the next dungeon that I'm doing. I went to like a swamp area and stuff.
Maybe it feels sometimes these games when you unlock items and like abilities or
Yeah,
is it
yeah,
like
yeah, exactly.
maybe
So it opens
will,
up
like,
as it goes.
yeah
But I'm talking about the base
yeah
stuff that you do in the game. It just I know they probably didn't do it this way, obviously, but playing it, I just feel like there was an intent to be like, how can we make the staples of this sort of like
genre or
this
whatever.
genre
Yeah.
just a little bit more annoying. Just a
Okay.
bit more annoying. Like it does the whole
Do you get iframes? So, because like you said, you have to
when you
jump
go
and then
underground, you
bury,
get
right?
But
You have to-
yeah, that's the
yeah.
thing.
Do
So
you get iframes while you're up in the air?
No,
and
you
then,
don't.
Yeah,
You don't
okay.
at all. You have
Okay.
to. So you have to jump early if you're trying to avoid something.
Okay, yeah,
so you
that's
actually
what I
go underground
wanted
in time
to
because
know.
you're vulnerable. Then you have a sort of state of invulnerability where some things can get you when you're underground, but not like everything. It's context sensitive, I guess.
Okay.
And then you jump up out of ground and you're in the air again, and you're vulnerable while you're in the air still.
Okay.
And you have to land again before you can go back underground. So you can't like chain these like hops
like-
out of the ground. You have
like
to
a dolphin or whatever.
yeah, I feel
but
like
it's-
I would enjoy it if I could do that. That would be nicer because I kind of like I don't know that you get into a rhythm, I guess, of like how it's pressing and letting go of the A button and stuff, you know,
But yeah,
in order to chain it a bit better. But I don't
Maybe-
know, there's just something. I think it's an awesome game. And for Yacht Club's sake, because they've said like, yeah, we need this game to sell really well, or else we're gonna die.
oh no, that's so good.
But I hope for their sake it sells very well. It's gotten incredible reviews and people love it.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends have been playing it way further than me, but they're like kind of beasting on it. It's very it's very Castlevania-y as well, you know. There's a lot of you get like a sidearm, like you know, like in Castlevania you can get like the axes or the holy water or the crosses and stuff. Mm-hmm. And you can just throw them out. You can get a lot of stuff like that. That annoys me sometimes is that where you can get those from are consistent, right? Like if you find candles that drop axes, they'll always drop axes.
Yeah.
But they're in weird places. Like there'll just be times where I'm like, I have died and I haven't gotten one for ages because there just hasn't been a drop for it anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
So I got to this point where I was doing I guess it's like an optional boss, and I was going back and forth doing it, but it's like I would love to use some sidearms here, but I don't want to have to go and you drop them every time you die, and it's annoying to have to go and find them again every time, but I would still like to use them. It would be nice if I could like, you have like a little camp area, like as a bonfire. It'd be nice if there was like a selector thing there or something, but I don't know. It's just kind of, or at the very least, losing all of your resources for them would be fine as long as you held on to them or something. I don't know. Either
Because
way, there's just little things in the game that aren't quite clicking with me, and not necessarily that they're bad design or anything. They're just annoying me. They're just kind of like they're getting on my nerves. That's all.
Maybe you click with it at some point. 10 hours into
I was
the game.
getting
you
there.
know,
I was
at
getting
some
there
point.
more yesterday. I haven't played any today, but I might play some more after we're done.
Or
recording.
there'll be like a mechanic that
There was a
will
14 update that I need to look at today. So
it just
custom
consumes
deliveries
everything.
character. There's a new customs delivery character added today in the patch, and I'm like, I should start on that.
Okay.
Take a couple weeks.
Couple of weeks.
thing. Yeah.
But yeah, I've been playing a little bit. I haven't really got that far into it. I've been playing the new James Bond game.
A lot of people like this game, I see.
Yeah, like, I like it. I guess that's kind of up to a point that I'm in, which is not that far into it. I literally just kind of, it seems like I'm right at the end of the training, you know, where Bond gets, he gets his MI6 training, basically. I guess 00 training, because specifically he's part of that unit.
Because this is supposed to be his origin.
Kind of, yes.
Or an origin
It's
James
not
Bond, where he's like going through the training. He hasn't got his license to kill yet.
Yes,
So you're not allowed
exact-
to kill people and stuff. It's kind of cool.
And it's like it is taking time in like our modern times. It's like not trying to do anything where it's like it's the 70s, but it's the future where you have a phone. No, it's not doing it. For some reason, I thought it would be something like that, but like not like initially when I heard this game was coming out. But it is like legitimately just our times, and it's got James Bond.
Well, they say he is a timeless character like
yes,
that, right?
Exactly.
Like they don't when they make a new movie, they don't set it in like the 70s.
Yeah, exactly.
Set it.
It's the only thing. It's like they say that like the 00 program is being revived, so it's like there is that idea that you're not the first James Bond or whatever. Like not James Bond, but like the 00 agent.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think it's ever been like in canon this way, but I always remember seeing people think about it like the James Bond and 007 is obviously just like a code name that people pick up over the years, and that's why there's always like different guys, and it takes place over like decades. And
but he's always called James Bond, but yeah, it's the reason why I was interested
like
in
the Major from last week.
That you're right. Yes, exactly. We did talk about the code names. We should give each other code names.
I'm Viper.
I'm James Bond.
Did you know that, speaking, because I nearly called myself Snake, like Snake Plissken. Did you know that Zack Snyder is lined up to do a reimagining remake thing of Escape from New York City?
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to watch it.
That's gonna be so.
It's gonna be so good.
That's gonna be such a movie.
I hope he includes all the things from the Evil Genius book.
I hope he includes
game.
all of the things from Rebel Moon that he couldn't use in those sequels because Netflix didn't pick them up.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
A snake on fire. It's the reason why I was interested in is I watched some gameplay, looked interesting, but
you're a Hitman head.
I'm a Hitman head. That's the thing, right? I really enjoy the Hitman games. I really got interactive. I got at one point I got rid to the Silent Assassins of like what's that game mode called? The Contracts or whatever, where you just get thrown into maps and you get a random target. You do challenges like that, doing like runs and kind of messing with the mechanics and learning the mechanics to just like be able to kill anybody within the level it was very satisfying. And I think there is like this simulator you can go into and do like challenge runs and stuff, and escalations I think they're called. So I still haven't done it, but I'm very interested if it is something similar. But yeah, it's IO. I enjoyed their games, and I thought it was like, you know what, this looks really good, and it looks like a game I would really enjoy. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it to a point. It's very cinematographic, like all the cutscenes, and just like it. There's like the training montage is really fun, where you're doing like it's a montage but within gameplay, so you're like doing the little tutorials, but you're getting moved in time, like a montage, right? You do skips while doing the tutorial. It does really interesting little things like that, where it tries to play around with the kind of cinematics of the game too. But yeah, it's I like the I don't know. People complained a lot about the writing a little bit in the game. I still haven't encountered anything too egregious, and I think it's somewhat fine. I think from what I've seen people complain about, it's like these side characters that are kind of like, like you got NPCs and they're like talking, it's like, my penis hurts or something, he's like, oh, have you thought about putting the scream on your penis, and it would just be like a conversation. I think that's where people mostly find the ones that they complain about, but IO tends to put funny things, on the side, like the NPCs that just kind of randomly talk. They tend to just be like writers kind of messing around basically and putting whatever they want in there. But yeah, the gameplay is fun. I like how you have like it's quite funny with the gadgets where you have like energy, like electrical energy and chemical energy, and you just get to just use it as like a resource.
I was watching a bit of. I watched Northern Lion play the beginning of it last week when I was doing stuff, and it's you have like 2 fuels basically.
Yeah, fuels
for whether you like want to do a biological thing or an electrical thing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And it just makes it like where you can just kind of focus on the game, then rather than kind of finding these things. Because like that's why I kind of found annoying but still kind of endearing about Hitman is that you do like these runs where you go like, oh, I need to go find this brick in this one place,
Sure. Yeah.
like, and it's like your run would on a certain map would like start with you running to a specific place to get a brick, because it would be like a very useful tool to have or something, but in here it's like, oh yeah, you just find like batteries lying around that you can just recharge your resources with. And the melee combat was really fun in the game, when
it's interesting because I was seeing a lot of people. I think one of the bigger complaints people had was like, it's you can't just stealth everything, and you need you have to fight people like every now and then, and it's like, but that's in keeping with the James Bond thing, because James Bond never like is always perfectly stealthy. He like fights people all the fucking time and fucks up constantly.
Yeah, like that's why I love the bluffing mechanic where where James just goes like, yeah, I mean to be here, or like he always comes up with something like funny where he's like, oh, I'm collecting signatures for a birthday card, something like that. He always like he can just do that, and it's like it's on theme with the character, and it adds like a little bit of like cushion to you in failure states, you don't immediately go into a failure state, you got time to recover. And that, and just like it's funny how like just you got like driving, you got the melee, there's a lot of little mechanic different things you can do as James Bond, and the combat just feels really good to play, like you very much grab people and like smash them into furniture, and you throw them over ledges, and it's very visceral, when you actually fight people, and I still very early in the game, but so I think I've done literally like the first kind of test assignment they kind of set up for you. So I got to see a little bit of like how a level is set up for like the puzzle, like how they set up puzzles in Hitman, where it's like there's clearly avenues that they want you to pick within the level of like in Hitman would be like make this statue, create the domino that will make a guy walk into in front of a statue that then you can collapse on it, and then you find out how to push that domino, and it seems like there's the same thing here, where it's like you eavesdrop someone and it will say like, you could get past these guards by getting this, something like that. And it's like and it's got the same thing like in Hitman, where you can in the newer Hitmans, the older Hitmans didn't have this, where it will have like a path and it will have a name, where it will be like something related to whatever. It will be like, VIP pass, and it's like fake a VIP pass, and that's a path, and you can select it, and it will, if you want to kind of follow just like objective points, you can just do that, but yeah, I'm enjoying it up to currently, so it's awesome. Fun. We'll see how it resolves, will I be as I do really like the Hitman games, and IO, except for, what was that weird game they published? They didn't develop it. They published it. The weird GTA game, the clone that they made. I
don't remember what that was called.
Yeah, but it was like
it came into existence for me like the week before it came out.
Yeah, it was like Mind's Eye, I think that's what it was called.
That's it, yeah.
And it was like they were like selling as like this guy who was like a publisher on GTA, Rockstar at some point, and that's why he like got given this huge project, and it was supposed to be like a platform. So thankfully, I was a little bit scared about IO around that time, because they really lost a lot of money on that project. So thankfully they got this one, and like you said, they got well received, and I hope they'll be able to
Well, I
continue
mean, I think they've been
operating.
working on this James Bond game for like the last fucking 5 years or whatever.
Exactly,
so I don't think
yeah.
it's like,
Hopefully it will be enough to keep them going, basically. But yeah, I don't know.
All right, should we
Enjoying-
talk about the back rooms?
Well, we gotta acknowledge the backrooms, We've both seen
always
it on the
gotta-
weekend.
Seeing the back rooms on the weekend like usual.
Yeah. Back
Going to the back rooms like usual.
What do you think of the backrooms, Ben?
Not bad, but not for me, I think.
It's number 1 on IMDb. I just looked at it. I was like, it's number
People,
1 on the ratings.
People like it. People like it.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, at least, Like, it was... there are clunky places in this movie. Like, some of the dialogue, I feel like, is a little
I
bit...
think the biggest, and a lot of people have brought it up, but the writing of the movie is definitely the weakest part.
Yes.
I think I would say that the direction of the film is great, but the story itself is kind of like feels like almost like the wallpaper on the back rooms itself. It's there, It feels out. It's not terrible, but it's also got some like pretty bad pacing issues, I think. Especially that final act, I think in general, I was just kind of like checking out a little bit mentally because I was like the dinner scene and everything.
Yeah.
It was all a bit like, okay, all right, I get it.
I
It's just not grabbing me.
I do agree with that though. That's the thing, right? The writing. If the dialogue was stronger, right, then those moments wouldn't
Especially
be
because the
as,
acting is quite good as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's well
exactly.
Well shot. Especially, it makes, obviously, I mean, Kane Parsons, this guy has been making fucking YouTube shorts in this fictional setting for years, so he obviously knows how to portray it on film very well. Did a good job in that regard.
I do like the fact of, like, I think that the moment I liked the least about, like, the kind of the sets and like how it was produced was the in-camera stuff. When there's that one moment where we get the in-camera shots of them running through when they fall into that hole, and then you got like them running through like the pool area, like there's the pool area for a second. I feel like that pulled me out the most, honestly.
Yeah,
because
I would agree.
It felt very Blender. Like, I immediately saw the difference.
Yes,
you have
I
the
agree.
huge
And I
contrast between the actual set and the, like, because it is very much 3D.
I agree, and I don't think it's something that everybody's going to pick up on. But especially in that intro sequence in the prologue, it was definitely like I got the like Blender feeling from a lot of that. Some parts later on when they do the found footagey stuff, all the stuff that's like actually filmed in the set on like regular cameras looks great.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of the more found footagey personal home video kind of stuff was a bit like, and I get why they do those sections. It is so that they can more easily transition into the Blender stuff, so it feels more seamless. And it's obviously a lot more immersive, and makes sense contextually for the film. But I agree, you can kind of see it. You can kind of, if you know what to look out for when it comes to that kind of stuff, then you can kind of go, oh, we're in Blender backrooms now.
Blender backrooms, and also it's like, especially in the scene I was talking about, it kind of becomes a Blender fest in a way, because they're trying to do so much more, because it's like the part of the backrooms that's like more weird, so you have like the signs that like repeat. There's more clipping and stuff, so I get why they had to do that, because that's the only way they would be able to do the like weirder backroom section, but I don't know if maybe it's also the big screen maybe makes it bit more visible for me. I don't know. It just stood out a lot more, the blender effect, than maybe if I watched it on my computer or something, or on my phone. But on the cinema screen, it was very apparent, that it was 3D.
more noticeable. Yeah.
But like you said, like I like the broad strokes, like, of the story, like just the idea of it, and I feel like if the dialogue carried it better, I feel it would just be a lot better. And I like the, like how unexplainable it is in a way, like it doesn't try to explain. I guess it does actually, kind of like.
I don't know if I'd agree with that. I think they give enough of context for you to piece together. I think that's the one thing I find interesting, is that I guess it's because it's coming from the online.
Yeah,
I've never seen any of the online shorts. I haven't seen a single one. But I think a lot of people coming from that they're going theory brain now, and they're going, oh, my theory is that it's like this. My theory is, but I feel like I don't think the movie is too open-ended in that way. I think it's kind of like not that it's straightforward either, but it's like, I don't think it's like too open-ended when it comes to like, oh, my theory is that this is actually what's going on and the backrooms are actually this. It's like, no, it's kind of like a weird collective unconsciousness kind of space that our thoughts filter into and then kind of become decorroded over time from mass copying, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. And
the multiple permutations of somebody in a place that can exist in multiple people's minds, it kind of like degrades the image of them.
I've did actually, like, a couple of weeks ago, I guess, I watched a video kind of going through like the Backroom series and like the lore and stuff, and it's very much like you don't have to have seen that. I think maybe
I didn't get that sense watching it. I wasn't like, oh, I wish I had seen this. You could watch this film without.
This is very much a story that is taking place in a way where it's like these people just encounter this thing, right, and they just have not an adventure, but like they have a story that happens to them that's linked to this phenomenon. I don't even know what to call it.
It's self-contained, and then it introduces the wider world that will probably be explored in a sequel, because this shit's obviously making good ass money.
That would be interesting. I don't
like
do you
number
think they're
one
gonna
opening
make a
weekend.
Sequel? You think
they're already in talks for it? It was today.
Right, that's interesting.
They're like, Kane Parsons is looking for a writer, and he's going to direct a sequel with A24. There's no way they wouldn't make like just on the fact that one, it's going to make a fucking good amount of money. They had like a 10 million budget.
Yeah.
Over the box office, 120 million. So that's good. People are talking about it all over. It's got solid reviews. Of course, they're going to make more. And it's like it is already even before this movie, it's already kind of proven as a franchise almost because of the popularity it has online. So it's like, of course they're going to make more. Easy.
Yeah.
And they set up the ending. They set up the whole like all of the Mark Duplass stuff that is like comes up like right at the end with the. I feel like all of that stuff was where I was like, okay, I'm guessing this is like makes more sense if you've like seen the YouTube videos or something. I don't know, but like, I was like, all right, okay. I don't know. I think for me, and this is personal stuff. This isn't comment on the film itself, but I think it's just it was a lot. It was a lot more. Oh shit! Sorry, I had an alarm go off on my phone. Hold on.
Backrooms alert! Backrooms alert!
I need to set. How long do we? Yeah, we'll probably talk for another 15 minutes. I need to go do some laundry. I need a reminder to go do that.
Making laundry in the back rooms.
They had that laundry room. Remember?
Yeah.
I got confused because I saw a lot of people talk about how like, oh, in the laundry section, I noticed there was a person hiding in the laundry pile and nobody else seemed to notice. And I'm like, I noticed that's not a person. It's like the top half of the caveman cut out that they had.
I
saw people talking about it like, oh, there was a secret person. It was hiding there. And it's like, no, it was just it was the thing.
Yeah,
it's the thing because it's like a nest. It was like the the captain's there. Anyway, as I was saying,
there is
the
like
po-
this movie feels a little like when it comes to VOD, people are gonna find a lot of things freeze
we're gonna
frames
pick
of
it
stuff.
apart.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
like you know that corridor, that room with like the backward stop sign at the end.
Yeah,
There's like a reverse shot of that. I remember seeing in the corner. There's like
there's a
somebody's foot
corpse.
or something. Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
a body that's really hidden. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's not. I'm not too invested in the backrooms as a concept. I feel like the backrooms is very American. Not to harp on this again,
It's happening.
but hold on, hear me out. It feels like. Not to say that we don't have liminal spaces. Oh, why do you have the backrooms in America? We do not have this in Germany. We do not have liminal spaces in Germany. But it's like I feel like the type of the look of it all and stuff feels
Yes,
very American. So it doesn't. It's like I understand the touching on people's like understanding of liminal space to create fear in that way, you know, that familiarity.
Yeah.
But the way that it looks in the back rooms is not like how it looks in my mind, because that's just not how. That's not those aren't the kind of spaces in between spaces that I grew up with, you know. So
Yes,
they
absolutely.
don't quite grab me. But then outside of that, I just as a horror movie, I just wasn't too grabbed by it. I was kind of, I felt a little bored a lot of the time because it's so much of it rides on the characters and the writing of the characters and their performances, and their performances are good, but the writing kind of doesn't work out super well for me. So a lot of the time in the movie, I was kind of like, I was just kind of, you know, not really being grabbed, not really being engaged, and it's generally quite slow. Even the tense sort of like more chase sequence parts of the film were like a good bit slow, you know. Even those didn't really feel particularly tense to me. So I think the only image in the film that really like unsettled me was the final image, and I think the last image of the film is the last like sequence of the film in general is very
It's
well
intense.
done. But the final
intense.
image of the film was unsettling.
Yeah.
Because it, you know, calls into question a lot of what you've seen and stuff. But it was I don't know. I think it was a good movie. It just wasn't for me personally, is how I feel ultimately.
Yeah.
I'd probably watch another one. Give it a go. But
yeah. I'm positive in general about this film.
Yeah.
Like I expected a lot worse. Let's say that, I guess. And like I can give a lot of like the kind of shortcomings with the kind of dialogue. That's the thing. It's like I feel it could pull the movie a little bit higher for me, because I do like the kind of themes that it sets up, you know.
Yeah.
Like these characters are very flawed, and you can kind of like I feel like there's a really good representation of kind of the themes of the movies with that sequence.
It's interesting because a lot of people,
her house, her family's the room with the window, and you have the backroom versions, and we get the iterations as they iterate over it, and the detail loses. We lose the detail. There's less and less, and then it becomes kind of nothing.
Yeah.
And then you get the hole appearing, right? And it comes, and it gets larger and larger, and it comes back to that kind of monologue that I don't think does the movie start with it? I don't know, with the like your neurons in your brain, the synapses remember, right?
Yeah,
you forget, but you remember. They remember the paths that have get created. They just kind of, you can't get out of that loop anymore, right? And it's like this idea of like the backrooms representing trauma in a way, right? Where it's like
that's what I was gonna say is that a lot of people have been calling it like both on people who are favorable for the movie and people that are not favorable for it have been referring to it as like a trauma horror film. I feel like trauma is the weaker way to look at it. It's more about like the idea of the self, I guess, right?
Yeah.
How you perceive yourself and how you are perceived by others. Like there is an element of psychology to the film, but I think in terms of like modern horror movies, trauma doesn't play too much of a role in this film, I think. Personally.
Yeah, I guess. Right.
You know what I mean? Like I know there is the whole story, like for what's the lady's name? God damn it!
Yeah, her mother's kind of like
Renee Rainsvay's character.
Renee
Obviously, she has the whole she has this trauma that she's holding on to, I suppose. But I don't think that is as much of a focus as Clark. You know, like Clark doesn't really have trauma. He just like has issues with the way that he behaves and is unsure on whether he wants to change or not. And the Backrooms is feeding on his own personal image and not necessarily any trauma he's facing, right?
Yeah, true.
That's how I saw it.
Yeah, I just thought of it like kind of trauma feeding itself, like you said. It's like, you know, it's like he literally devours himself at the end, you know? Like
but he's not being devoured by an image of his trauma, he's just being devoured by himself, right? His own ego. Because he's unable to address his own flaws, right? He's unable to really grow or change from them. And instead like he says, he wants to live in this place because it's like easy for him, right? It's easy to just be in the back rooms because there's people who don't get hurt by him and he can eat them and stuff. It's all fine.
It's and I thought also if it's like, you know, something with the idea of remembering stuff wrong also, you know, like I don't know if I'm reading a bit too much into it.
When you remember something, you're just remembering the last time you remembered it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like I'm I don't know if like I'm attaching too much to it, you know, but I was thinking it's like, oh, maybe during because like he always comes back to that encounter with his ex-wife, I guess, at this point, right? And I feel like there is an implication of something else that happened, like maybe he got violent. You know,
there is the implication that he was possibly abusive in the way that the people in the back rooms or the copies are behaving and stuff. There's the implication that there's more to his story than he's letting on. But again, I don't know if I'd say that's a trauma thing.
He wants to live in the wrong memory of this event, right? It isn't, and like that's the thing. It's also our memories are shaped by, like you said, our ego, right? Where it's like he like, and also like he says, like I want to live in this world, this version of it, you know. And you know, it's and another thing is that like the image of her background, because like you said, it's like a collective subconscious thing. The I guess part of the backrooms that we see is the one that's fed on him, right? That's the reflection that we see the most of, right? In the things, and I guess it's like you've got the collective. So her version of the backrooms would be more driven by that trauma that she experienced, you know,
possibly,
as a child.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, she kind of. There's kind of a it was kind of the weakest part of it for me, I think, is the backstory they kept alluding to for her character. It was very much it didn't I don't know, it just didn't feel entirely necessary, I suppose. Like it's definitely something you could explore more with that character, but it felt so it didn't feel like it really came up in the film, I guess. Like they kept giving us flashbacks and allusions to it, but ultimately it was just kind of like
there is that
just extra detail for her
and
character.
It comes back like, again to that like
at least
she
hits the thing over the like, she hits the monster with the handprint over the end
with like
smashes, so
the
it's
last
kind of like she's moved on from it almost.
Yeah, like a positive memory of, or not even that. Like, I guess the memory of that is, I don't know. It's It's like, you know, like you got the final, because she's got an issue of like, it feels like she wants to fix things, like she wants to fix people, like she wants to help people, right? And she can't, you know, she like devises this like tape, right, with like this self-help tape, right, and because she failed to like deal with her mother, you know, like so she like she feels like she can get it back into control by and like she literally shouts it out at the end, you know, she like, I don't know how to help you, you know, like during the dinner scene. But it feels like, again, it just feels so straightforward, like that. I feel like the dialogue doesn't sell it. I get what it's going at, but the dialogue doesn't sell it to me, you know. It just feels very kind of flat, her just saying like, I don't know how to help you, you know, like I was like, you're unfixable.
That's one of the
like,
more that's some of the dialogue I more preferred, to be honest, because it felt like a lot of the artifice was taken away, and it was realer than a lot of what I've seen in the film. You know.
Okay.
So I kind of preferred. I actually didn't mind that dialogue. I think her literally just like not trying to like specifically comfort him, just being completely honest and saying, "Fuck you. I don't know how to help you," and him being like, "What if I want to stay here?" And she's just like, "Then stay here."
Yeah.
He's just looking for like any form of validation for how he is, basically, you know.
Yeah,
And at that part, it was like, this is not a bad resolution in terms of that, but it was more just that and then she gets chased around for a bit because it's a monster movie.
Yeah, it's a monster movie.
You got to get chased around a bit by the big scary practical suit.
Yeah, it is. The design is pretty cool.
And then it was again, it's like, I don't know, that kind of stuff doesn't really it's a good design. Again, a lot of the design in the film, the set design and the way it's shot is all really well done. Character design is great. Monster design is good. I just like, for me, when it comes to a horror movie, I wasn't really like, it didn't really, you know, unsettle me or give me the kind of emotion I felt like I was looking for in a horror film. But you know, it's fine. It's all right.
It's because apparently, like, I guess from what you said, they were gonna do another one. There is he's supposed to be making more of the like short series.
He said,
you know?
he wants to keep doing YouTube as well, because it seems like his thing is just backrooms. His special interest is backrooms.
No, because I think Jesus Christ, I don't remember what the other one. I don't know.
Yeah, he has some other series.
He
or
did
something.
the Giant, the Rolling Giant is another thing.
I don't
that
know
he did.
anything about that. I don't know what that is.
I don't remember what that was called, that series. So, and that's also kind of in Blender stuff, right? So, it will be, but it's still also kind of thematically similar of like these spaces, you know, and there's like a thing in it that's like representative of, in some way of like something, you know, like I don't know, if that's what he wants to do and it's successful, then let him do it, you know.
I think he can have a promising career ahead of him. My main worries from this movie was that he would end up getting like thrown to the blender if it was bad, you know.
Yeah.
My main worry is like I was finding out that he was like 16 when they started talking to him about making this like actual movie and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was my main trepidation, is like, if this movie's not good, it's going to be all on him, and people are going to be like, well, that's why you don't hire a 19-year-old straight out of high school to make a movie. Burp, burp, burp. But in the end, it's actually different. What's happening is that a lot of people within the industry are going, wow, what a good... I think some maybe are talking about him a little too... Yeah, some people are very fair and going like, you know, this kid's got a good eye for cinema. I think he's going to make some good films in the future. Other people are like talking about him like he's a fucking Make-A-Wish kid. The way some people are talking about him like he's going to die or something in like a month. And they're just trying to give him like the nicest possible compliments they ever could. It's just funny. But what's interesting is that it's actually the Backrooms people that are getting pissed off, because they're looking at it and they're going, where's the blue room? Where's the blue entity? Where's the Chuck E. Cheese level?
Yeah,
why isn't he talking about the when a racist child gets sent to the Backrooms?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's all the stuff I love about the Backrooms in my Backrooms movie? This is trauma slop. You know?
I did find that there was a lot of very young people going to see this, like when I went to the cinema. But the thing is that it was like very quiet, and it seems like it got people's like attention. So it wasn't like
I saw some people talking about how their theater experience with this film was very bad, but for me, it was like fine. It was okay.
Yeah, and I had a lot of young people in my theater. Like it was mostly like
I
literally
don't
like
think there were many young people in my theater.
18, like the fucking 16-year-olds. Like it was like younger, you know, but not the youngest. Like you know, I think that the people you're talking about with like where's the blue entity? I think those are like 12. 11.
That's all the again.
Oh
Not to
no!
harp on it too much.
Oh no!
But it just sounds like theaters in America are like an entirely different fucked up place.
This is the back rooms of the cinemas. But what would the back rooms look like in the UK? I don't know. What would they look like? I don't know. Because like I do agree with you with that idea that there is a very Americanized, you know, thing. Because like that's what when you go to America, it's like you guys, you go like your fucking things are so huge, you know.
They
like,
would
your
look
spaces are huge.
They would look like the areas of a Weatherspoons that lead to the bathroom.
Jesus Christ, you're right.
You know, they would look like those kinds of pubs, specifically the spaces that you walk down in order, like the corridors that lead to like the kitchen and the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what it would be.
Okay. Or like just but that's the thing, that's the outside, because like I associate like weird places, liminal spaces, I don't know, I feel like a lot of them are kind of just outside rather than buildings. I don't have like the
that too. America has a lot of outdoors liminal spaces.
Yeah,
as well.
I don't know, like in Poland it would be like probably something like Soviet sort of inspired, you know, got like Slavic slop stuff, you know, like Klatka, you know, I remember that game. That's what it would look like.
They're updating it still.
And things would eat you, you know, you would die. So like that's the thing, is very much like, oh, it's an office space, you know, in America. But yeah, whatever.
Well,
it was okay.
Right. Backrooms, pretty good. I didn't like it, but I can recognize that it was. I think it was a good movie. I just didn't like it very much. It just didn't work for me. But it was good. It was well done. It was well made. There was a point halfway through where I just felt like, do I want to keep watching this? I was
was you gonna walk out of the cinema theater?
There was 5% of me that was just kind of like not in any like outrage or like, oh, this sucks, I want to leave, but just in like
Jesus Christ.
It's just not hooking me like at all. Not that it's bad. I'm just like, I have so little interest though. I was like,
you watch so much garbage and shit. And
that's why
like,
I didn't do it.
This is my end. This is good. This is the red line. This is the background. It's just like an okay movie.
That's the thing. A really bad movie, I would sit through to finish getting the experience and fully understand why I didn't like it.
Okay.
The fact that I'm not saying that the Backrooms movie was bad and I wanted to walk out. I'm saying I was just watching it going, I'm kind of bored.
No.
Not from any fault of the movie. I'm just like, it's just not happening for me right now. And I'm kind of like, you know, like when if you're like eating something.
Jesus.
And then, like, halfway through, you just kind of feel like...
You're eating an entity from the Backrooms, yeah?
Yeah, you're eating one of those mattress sponges, people. And you're just kind of, like, halfway through, and you're like... I'm not, like, 100% full, but I feel like I've had enough, you know? And you're just kind of like, I'm just going to leave this now. I don't know. I just kind of had this feeling. I didn't go through with it, because I was like... Well, I already paid for the ticket. I'm gonna walk out now.
So your parents come up to you, it's like, and they're saying, "Finish your Backrooms. There are starving children in Africa."
Don't you know there are starving children in this world who wish they could eat mattress people?
There are starving children in the Backrooms, probably starving into. I don't know. Anyway, it's okay.
Children who don't eat their food, who are sent to the Backrooms, get put on one of the lowest levels. Where they're being chased around by the chef. Entity 5591, the chef. If they manage to outrun the chef, they'll be put in a blue room with a blue entity.
No! Is that punishment or is it good?
I think that's what happens to the racist children who are still
Fuck.
racist, I think.
Man, Jesus.
It's like, if you're a racist child, you go through some rooms, and then if you're still racist, they check to see if you're still racist, and if you are, they send you to the blue room with a blue entity.
By the way, I'm cutting all of this. I'm cutting all of the background
No, he's
review
not.
because
Oh.
we are YouTubers too. Because our podcast is on YouTube, and we don't wanna start drama with other YouTubers like Kane Pixel or whatever he's called.
What drama?
This is because we're not being 100% positive about the Backrooms.
I was 100% positive. I said he's a good director and it's a good movie. I just didn't. I just wasn't
I just wanted to walk out the movie theater.
I've. In what way have I insulted the film? Genuinely. When I describe walking out of the film, I don't mean it in any sort of emotive state. There's no like strong emotions with it. It's purely just a basic. I want to go home. Not. I feel like I could go do something else at the moment because the movie isn't grabbing me right now.
I want to go home.
I could go home.
Like a poor
If
baby.
it was like
child.
not so much I want to go home, but more of like if I got up and left right now, I would be the exact same emotional state as I am right now.
Because you're like the guy from the Backrooms. You don't want to.
No, I wouldn't be walking home going,
change.
I wonder what would have happened here. Oh, I wish I got to see more of that. I wouldn't have been like, oh, thank God I didn't get to see this, or oh, thank God I'm not wasting my time. I would just be like, all right, on my way home now. Watched half the Backrooms movie, and now I'm going home. It's just how it is sometimes. You just
I
feel
know.
like,
It's fine.
I'm done. I'm checking out.
You know what? I'll just so I can be put in the next Backrooms movie, Backrooms 2, The War or whatever. It's a war in the Backrooms, or something like that.
Backrooms 2, further back.
Yeah, further back. The Backrooms between Backrooms. What happens when you fall within the cracks within the Backrooms? What happens then? I'm gonna say I'm 100%. A thumbs up, 10 thumbs ups. Put me in your next movie, Kane Pixel.
I
Please.
give +1. I give a thumbs up to the film. Put Max in it. I don't care if you put me in it. I'm not too bothered. Put Max in it.
I don't want to
would
be an
love to be in
entity
it.
though. I want to be my trauma. I want my trauma to be visualized in the backroom somehow. I wonder what my backrooms would look like. I don't know. We would have to find out because it's.
Maybe you'll find out next time on Dead Ensigns next week. Next episode.
We're doing
We'll talk
Summer
about-
Game Fest. We'll talk
We'll
about Summer Game
talk about Summer Games Fest stuff, yeah. We'll talk about Summer Games Fest.
I don't
I
know.
don't think there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else we could talk about. So
No.
until next time, true believers, have fun. Have a good week. This has been Ben and Max. You've been listening to Dead Ensigns. If you've enjoyed it, please check us out on various podcast apps, Spotify, Amazon Music, Podcast Addicts, Podcast whatevers, Amazon as well, I think. You'll be able to save, leave a rating of some kind, maybe even leave a comment. You could also find us on YouTube. We upload the podcast as a video there. You can like, comment, and subscribe there, as you often want to do on a YouTube video or channel. Or you could email us if you want to get in touch and tell us something about what would your backrooms look like. Tell us. Email us deadensigns@gmail.com. That's deadensigns@gmail.com. Goodbye.
Bye.
It's shorted out, sir. We're gonna have to phaser it.
Then what are you waiting for?
Right away, sir.
Faster would be better, Ensign.
I can't, sir. We don't want to...
That's enough.
But, sir...
Stand aside, Carlton. I'm going through. You're alive. Good.